NBA YoungBoy's life is in serious trouble. Today it would be announced NBA YoungBoy appeared in court this morning. The defense informed the judge that the state agreed to a $100,000 bond in exchange for his waiving to a preliminary hearing. As during his lawyers making the case that NBA YoungBoy should be allowed his bond, a crazy NBA YoungBoy fan would end up hacking into the court Zoom call and he would begin yelling "Free YoungBoy" to everyone in the courtroom.
Free YB, man. Free YB.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Free YB.
All right. Mr. Golden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB.
Free YB.
Free YB.
While fans are joking about his current situation, it is a lot more serious than you think, and allow me to explain. March 10th, 2021, NBA YoungBoy was arrested and charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as well as 1 count of a firearm that is not registered on the National Firearms Registration List. Now, you can make a scrapbook out of all of NBA YoungBoy's mugshots. He is the last man on earth that is allowed to use a firearm or even hold one, and sadly, he was caught in 4K holding one. While he was outside recording a music video on the street in a neighborhood, there was several of his friends playing loud music and dancing on the hood of a car. An older lady who lives on the street would end up calling the police as she was worried, describing to the police that there is several men dancing around holding firearms in the air with mags in them. Now, the police would end up arriving very quickly. They would first off arrest NBA YoungBoy. They noticed him from a mile away with how many times he's been arrested in Louisiana. In the process of the arrest, the cameraman knew that NBA YoungBoy was not allowed to hold a firearm. He would then quickly try to delete the footage, and while being able to delete half of it, the police still confiscated the camera he was recording the music video with, and without legal permission, the police officer only took the SD card in the camera. Apparently, there is fine print in the law that if you're going to be confiscating any sort of photography equipment, you have to take the entire thing, not just the SD card. They were able to retrieve the footage of NBA YoungBoy holding the firearm that the cameraman tried to delete. YoungBoy's lawyer made the argument inside of court that the police got the footage illegally, but sadly it didn't hold up in court. As it would be announced, NBA YoungBoy has lost his appeal with the feds, and now the prosecutors can use the footage of him holding firearms to convict him.
Update on NBA YoungBoy, he lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So, the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the 5th Circuit United States Court of Appeals. The 5th Circuit said, you know what, we have a different decision, and we're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case. Now, YoungBoy's got a couple of options. 1, he can appeal to the Supreme Court. I fully expect they will appeal to the Supreme Court. 2, you got to go to the government and say, look, this guy was locked up for a long amount of time. I think he was locked up for almost a year. He's been on house arrest for almost a year. How much time do you want him to serve, and think about doing a plea bargain? Ultimately, you can also take this case to trial and try to beat the feds and go 2-0 against them. He's previously beaten a federal.
Now, these two rappers have very different charges, but it feels awfully similar to what Boosie said about YNW Melly. The feds don't even care that the evidence that they obtained was illegal. They just pushed it through the court system, and now they're allowed to use it. They always treat rappers very wrong in the court system. YNW Melly received a mistrial, essentially beating the case in a way, but he was still not granted a house arrest, even though there is a statistic of someone receiving a mistrial getting a house arrest or bond agreement 94% of the time.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, they want you, man. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't happen, really.
The feds obtained the evidence illegally, and now they're still gonna just use it against him anyway. Now with the feds having 4K footage of NBA YoungBoy holding a firearm, he has no defense to it. This is then when it would be announced NBA YoungBoy is officially pleaded guilty and is now facing up to 10 years inside of prison. However, it gets scarier from here. This is because of his previous crime. This isn't the only crime of multiple that NBA YoungBoy is facing. NBA YoungBoy skipped a court appearance, making him a very wanted man. The FBI began staking out his Louisiana mansion until suddenly NBA YoungBoy was seen opening the gate out of the front of his house, and he would quickly drive out. YoungBoy noticed quickly that the FBI was tailing him. YoungBoy would then turn left onto the highway, and it ended up starting a very high-speed chase down the freeway. At first, the FBI told NBA YoungBoy to pull his car over using a very loud microphone. Allegedly, YoungBoy started to pull his car over, going into a full stop. The FBI car would then also go to a complete stop, leading into the FBI agent opening up his door to approach NBA YoungBoy. When he started walking towards YoungBoy's car, NBA YoungBoy would quickly floor it right down the highway. He would then end up running into traffic, making him drift off the highway into the regular streets. He would quickly dump his car in a parking lot and start the chase on foot. NBA YoungBoy hopping out of his vehicle, quickly tied his shoes and started to run away. On this day, YoungBoy was wearing designer shoes, skinny jeans, and a jacket. This isn't the best outfit for running from highly trained FBI agents, but it is what it is. Funny enough, while NBA YoungBoy was running from the FBI agent, he decided to cut through a house's backyard, where this house's backyard ended up being owned by a fan who ended up taking photos of NBA YoungBoy running from the FBI. He was even encouraging YoungBoy to run faster and even telling him how far the agent was. Now, NBA YoungBoy would be quickly swarmed by police and he'd be quickly arrested. He would then be taken into the back of the police car for questioning.
You know, talk to us, tell us what happened,
as soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs, okay? But
yeah, I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm probably if I haven't committed a crime or done that.
Okay. All right, give us a second, okay?
Okay, no voluntary statement.
He's not willing to give a
So,
statement.
you know, any statement, any voluntary statement?
No, sir. Mr.
No,
Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be in this.
These are very serious charges against YoungBoy, from speed racing, resisting arrest, and many more. The judge isn't going to take it easy on him. However, having millions of dollars would end up getting you the best lawyers in the game. He would quickly receive a bond out of jail, with his details being,
For YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. This is very big. Why? Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat from state to state, from circuit. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon. I fully expect that the Louisiana judge on Tuesday will release YoungBoy on.
as this crime will be taken into thought when the judges sentence him for the firearms case earlier. And while it seems like things couldn't get any worse, they do, as if someone wrote YoungBoy's life into a novel, it would be a bestseller. Now, when the prosecutors are going against famous rappers in a court case, their job is to grab everything they've ever done bad on the internet and put it into a slideshow. Well, in 2019, NBA YoungBoy went from being cool with every rapper in the game to constant beefs and even allegedly targeting another rapper, stacking evidence against himself by self-snitching. As when NBA YoungBoy was arrested for the high-speed chase, NLE Choppa felt the need to create a song for him titled Free YoungBoy in hopes of his soon release. However, NLE Choppa completely changed his thoughts on NBA YoungBoy after King Von sadly passed. NBA YoungBoy dropped one of the most disrespectful diss tracks of all time, titled Bring the Hook in 2022, dissing all of O Block and King Von. This had the entire rap scene reacting. Even DJ Academics tweeted, NBA YoungBoy's on demon time right now, and he's dropping another whole tape. O Block rapper Lil Reese responded, that ain't no demon time, he's just rapping like the rest of these rappers all rap. NLE Choppa had to agree with Lil Reese, where he would say, "I stamped that," as his response to the beef, but this just let the entire rap game know what side NLE Choppa was on, and YoungBoy wasn't happy that he chose sides. He would speak about it in a song titled "Know Like I Know." NBA YoungBoy would rap, "I bet your mama be destroyed when we send you to God for making statements, choosing sides about my beef with them boys. I could say I saw it, you could say that I was one of your favorites." Then after NBA YoungBoy's response, NLE Choppa took the time to change the title of his song Free YoungBoy to just YoungBoy, showing that he doesn't stand with NBA YoungBoy anymore. He would even speak about it on DJ Academics' podcast.
He's not able to defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him when, to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude, and it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, he came to a person as a man.
He even then followed it up with another interview with DJ Vlad.
When you heard that, what'd you think?
It was funny to me. I feel like, it's not serious when it hit the net. It's funny. It's just entertainment to me.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.
He'd also appear on The Breakfast Club speaking on how NBA YoungBoy needs to keep his act straight and stay out of jail, stating, "NBA YoungBoy needs to be more careful. He's got a lot of people looking up to him. He needs to set a better example. He needs to stay out of trouble and focus on his music." But all this did was start a rap war between NBA YoungBoy versus everyone, as when Jada Youngin sadly passed, many looked at NBA YoungBoy and his crew as being responsible. As with the case still being investigated, many expect NBA YoungBoy's name to be tied up. He was another rapper from Louisiana. He always had a lot to say on NBA YoungBoy, and we even saw him talk in an interview with DJ Vlad where he would say this.
"Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like this is gonna be one of the hardest collaborations ever."
But not long after, the two would drop their collab song titled Up With Me. Sadly, the two eventually would have a falling out after Jada Youngin shared a snippet of an unreleased YoungBoy song on his Instagram. NBA YoungBoy would respond in the comments, "Delete this right now. I don't know how you even got my song. I don't mess around like that." As Jay would speak on the situation weeks later, saying he's not going to take no disrespect from anyone.
"I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me."
He followed it up speaking on YoungBoy with a song titled 38K, where he would say, and I quote, "You put that comment on my post, they laughed about it, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me." Now there has been photos revealed of the song of Jay linking up with one of NBA YoungBoy's baby mamas, but in return, YoungBoy allegedly tried to catch Jada Youngin lacking in the street right after YoungBoy recorded this video.
"You be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh,